All right, so you're Lively Stratton?
Yes, sir.
And this is 19-33601. Mr. Stratton is charged with capital murder of multiple persons. Mr. Radford has filed a writ asking for a bail reduction. I think we talked about this and reset it so that the state could bring any witnesses, and then I would make my decision. Mr. Radford, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, we call Lively Stratton for the purposes of this hearing only.
Best you can, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Radford.
Can you say your name for the record?
Lively Stratton.
And Mr. Stratton, you are the defendant in this case, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what is your bond currently set at?
I think after the appeal, I don't think my bond was ever set.
So it's your understanding that you have no bond at this time?
Yes, sir.
What was your bond set at prior to your trial?
I think it was $1 million bond.
Okay. And prior to this incident, have you ever been convicted? Well, you hadn't been, this conviction was overturned by the Court of Criminal Appeals, correct?
Yes, sir.
Prior to this incident, were you ever convicted of any crimes?
Yes, sir.
Where did you live?
In Beaumont.
In Beaumont, did you have a job?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how long have you been incarcerated?
Going on 7 years.
7 years? Yeah. So do you have any substantial savings or any monies that you have collected?
No, as far as my bond, everything would be no contribution from the family.
And if the judge were to set a $250,000 bond, do you think it's possible that you had family members or friends that could make that amount?
It'd be a stretch, but I think it's possible.
Pass away.
Any questions?
Yes, Brett, tell me about the means that your family has. What do your parents do? What kind of assets do they have? What kind of income do they have?
Well, my mom, she gets Social Security disability. My uncle has been a professor for the last 30 years. So I'm pretty sure he's got we'll get around like saving travels and stuff like that.
Do your parents own a house?
No, man.
Do they have cars? Does your uncle own his home?
He's not in his life.
And he's a professor at Lamar?
No, he's president of the state.
So would you agree with me that amongst the members of your family, you have considerable means to try to post the law?
I wouldn't even say considerable because I mean, Uncle is really like tight as far as decision everyone wants. So it just be even if he feels like doing for
That doesn't make a great judge.
All right, thank you. Any other witnesses?
That's all I have to do.
Ms. Malfino?
Judge, I will call the judge coffee.
Good morning, sir. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Go ahead.
Before beginning, Judge, I know the court take judicial notice of the trial that you presided over some years ago, which gave you obviously a very good insight into the totality of the circumstances and the facts involving this case, and that there were 4 victims in this case. And just ask Detective Coughlin, would you state your name for the record?
Thanks, Frank Coughlin.
And were you one of the lead detectives on the case State versus Lively Stratton?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
And that involves the homicide of 4 individuals here next to Lamar campus here in Beaumont, Jefferson County.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were involved heavily in the trial process, preparation, et cetera, and you know what came before the court. Is there anything that you would like to add for Judge West's consideration with respect to a bond being set for Lively Stratton?
Well, Judge, I don't know that I nor Beaumont has seen a murder like this before, where 4 people were gunned down so close to a college campus, so carelessly, so quickly. And I can't recall anything like that before. So I think that in itself states it's a significant issue as far as murder is concerned.
Detective Coffey, based on all of your years of training, experience, investigation of homicides, et cetera, do you feel like Lively Stratton presents significant threat to the community of Beaumont if he is released?
Significant threat.
And do you feel like they're based on the totality of all these circumstances, there's a great likelihood of his flight? if he is released from custody.
I would imagine that there would be, if, knowing what he's faced with, knowing the amount of time that he already been sentenced to prison, time that he can be sentenced again, there's no upside, to not leave.
I don't have anything further, Judge, unless the board does from the sector. I just have a couple of statements for argument.
Okay, no, thank you, sir.
And Judge,
Oh, you have to ask questions, I'm sorry.
Detective Coppin, you testified at the trial, is that correct?
No, I
You
didn't.
did not. Did you observe the trial?
Did,
Okay.
well, no, I did not.
So you didn't watch the trial and you didn't testify at the trial?
No.
So you don't know what happened at the trial?
I was not there for the day-to-day, but I do know what happened. I was here at the courthouse helping prepare with evidence, with witnesses,
But you didn't watch the testimony?
with interviews. I did not watch the individual testimony.
Were you aware that the jury found that two of the victims evidently that they didn't convict him of killing the two guys with the knives? They convicted the two guys without weapons. Were you aware?
I'm not aware of the details of how many people or how he killed each person. No.
That's all.
Anything else? No, Judge. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Malvina?
Judge, I would ask for bond in this case that is equal with what the facts in this case are.
The court had already presided over a prior trial in this case. Now the question wasn't guilt, it was risk. Public safety, flight risk, and the seriousness of the allegations took center stage.
$150,000 is extremely low. I think it's offensive to the court to ask for a number like that for all four individuals, maybe $250,000 per individual. So that's stacking $1 million bond that he was originally set on. The court, unfortunately, is required to set bond on multiple murders in Jefferson County on quite frequent basis these days. And I think something in excess of $1 million more than a reasonable ask in this case.
Thank you, Ms. Malvina. Mr. Radford?
Judge, I would point out that the jury did find that there was evidently self-defense in two of the victims and that there was an error in the charge and that a new jury may find a different result based upon a new jury charge that should have been propounded to the jury. I think that the court should set a reasonable bond in this case.
All right, so taking into account the testimony of the prior trial that I did preside over and argument by counsel, I'm going to grant the writ and set bail. I am going to find that bail in the amount of $1 million is appropriate for the nature of this offense and in line with what I know about the case and the argument. What if there was bond made, there would be a GPS monitoring device required and house arrest. I would obviously, if that bond was made, need to know what that address would be. And then we will get the case set for an announcement and then move it to the trial as quickly as you guys are ready to do that.
Do we have a discovery?
Judge, I do have an update while we're here on it.
Sure.
With respect to discovery, Ms. Mayfield was very diligent in going through what we had, what we were able to locate on thumb drives that we had made as just backup in this case. Obviously, with the age of the case, et cetera, the court is aware of some of our hurdles we had in recreating this massive file. Basically, we've also been working with Detective Coffin and BPD to make sure that we can get everything that is available to us to provide to Mr. Radford. I have done a spreadsheet type itemization of the media that I believe is there, what I would ask so that counsel and I are on the same page and to make sure we both have the same things is that he would go through and itemize this in comparison with mine and make sure to let me know if he feels like there's anything that's missing. I will do the same now with this media itemization. I will go through and share it to the hard copy file itself and cross over and make sure that we're not missing anything. I do have 2 flash drives to turn over to him today. I also have spoken with multiple family members, and when the court has a little bit of a slower period towards that first part of March, we have meetings set up to meet with the family. I feel like I'm in constant contact.
Okay. All right, so yeah, if you guys will go through that, if there's any issues that you need me to get involved with for any reason, just let me know. Do you anticipate the time to go through some of that, to be closer to where we need to be longer? You want to do a little longer?
Yes,
weekend?
ma'am. I've got 2 big trials coming up in Orange, one at the end of this month and one at the end of February.
What I'll do is 60 days, and let's just see where we get, start going through that, media,
They do the end of March, so I'm gonna be going on.
whatever 60 days is, or make sure you have a vacation letter
Oh.
on file, and we'll work around that. And start going through it in the meantime, so that when we get here, you've at least gone through and we know at least better where we are on the media and discovery and things like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, you can go back with the bailiff. Thank you, Detective. And I don't have an order, if you can, send an order. We don't really need that. So if you'll, Ms. Burge has already been, sworn. Mr. Gomez was here and previously sworn. Mr. Coleman, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Gomez. Would you please state your full name for the court reporter?
Jose Enrique Lopez.
Lopez. Gomez.
And Mr. Gomez, where do you reside, sir?
Delaware Drive.
On Delaware Drive.
Is that
1426.
1426 Delaware Drive in Port Arthur, Texas? In Jefferson County, Texas? And what do you do for a living? How are you employed?
Trabajo en una compañía aquí en Valle.
For a company here in Bio.
What kind of work do you do for that company?
En la construcción.
Construction.
Very good. And are you married to Brenda Zuniga Hernandez?
Yes.
And the two of you have any children?
Yes.
How many and what are their ages, please?
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Cuatro.
4 children. ¿Y sus edades?
Uno tiene
One is
14,
14,
tiene 12
the other is 12,
y el otro 8
and the other 8.
All
y 5.
Then 5.
right. And back on June the 8th of 2023, were you having an event at your house on Delaware?
Sí.
Yes.
What was the occasion?
Era un día de mi papá.
It was Father's Day.
All right. And was Omar Alexis Lopez Gomez there? And he is your cousin, right?
Yes.
And what about Sereno Lopez Ruiz?
He's with you.
My uncle.
Yeah, okay. And he was there, right?
Yes. Yes.
And were your children there, your kids, were they there?
Yes.
And was everybody kind of in and out and about that house there on Delaware?
Yes.
Kids inside, kids outside,
Yes.
people celebrating, people drinking,
Sí.
drinking alcohol,
Yes.
including yourself.
Sí.
Now, at around or about 9 p.m., would you consider yourself to be intoxicated?
Realmente
Reality.
no le he tomado poquito, 2 o 3 veces.
Not only drank 1 or 2 or 3 beers. I wasn't drunk.
And I think I left out someone. What about Thomas Arce Perez? Was he there?
Sí.
Is he a friend or a neighbor?
And so we will see
Es mi amigo.
friends.
So at some point that you see your neighbor, Ricardo Pagan Rodriguez, walk down or walk through the neighborhood.
Yo estaba adentro de mi casa
I was inside my house.
comiendo con unos amigos.
Eating with my friends.
Cuando yo salí,
Whenever I get out.
escuché que estaban como discutiendo, diciendo algo,
An argument.
y yo dije, pues,
So
Frank,
I said, well, what's going on?
y fui a ver,
So I went out to see what's going on.
y me dijeron, mi primo, van a venir.
Well, let me do this. Let's not talk about what someone else told you because that's hearsay and we can't use hearsay in most instances in this court. So my question is, at some point that day, did you see your neighbor, Ricardo Rodriguez?
Sí.
What did you see him with?
Pues traía una pistola
Yeah, guys.
y una luz.
I don't mind.
Es fue lo único que yo le miré que traía.
That was the only thing that I saw he had.
I want to correct something, Mr. Gomez. I may have misspoke about the date. I may have said June the 8th of 2023. What I meant was June the 18th, 2023. Does that sound about right?
What's Father's Day?
Father's. Now, you said you saw Mr. Rodriguez with a firearm, or did he have a machete at some point?
Yo nomás le miré la pistola. Los machetes los traía escondidos. Porque
After weighing the arguments, the judge set bond at $1 million. If posted, strict conditions would apply. In capital cases, bail decisions reflect both rights and responsibility.